Hello, my name is Ethan Sam, and I believe that losing isn't the end of the world. We should embrace our failures and our mistakes to learn from them so we can become better people along the way. It isn't always a bad thing to fail, so you shouldn't beat yourself up over a loss or a mistake. Instead, we should see our failures as learning opportunities to find out where we went wrong and to prevent similar situations from happening in the future. Throughout all my life, I have aspired to be the perfect child, get straight A's in all of my classes, be friends with everybody I meet, and to be as independent and responsible as possible. You could say I had a fear of messing up. I was afraid of what my parents would think of me if I brought home an F from math class, or what my friends would think of me if they found out that I didn't know how to do my own laundry. I was scared of putting myself out in the open and taking risks. I used to think that not being able to do things correctly or my limited knowledge of things were flaws. But with hindsight, I can see that really my biggest flaw is not being able to understand that sometimes it's okay to fail or make mistakes. When I was in 5th grade, I didn't go to St. Matthews. I went to another school called Belmont Oaks Academy. During my time at Belmont Oaks, I worked up enough courage to run for class president, which was the highest position in our student government. To me, becoming class president was the logical next step toward my end goal of becoming perfect. I'd become the leader of student council at the school, and all the little kids would look up to me as a role model. I ran against many other opponents, and in the end, I lost. After the election, I may have looked like I was happy that I had really made an effort and taken a risk, but really, that was all just a show. Really, instead of being proud that I put myself out there, I took the loss really harshly. I felt crushed. I felt like I had failed everyone who was rooting for me. I was scared of what they would now think of me. While all my supporters may have told me they were proud of me for trying, I still didn't believe them. I just wanted to forget about my devastating loss. Then I came to St. Matthews for 6th grade. With my 5th grade defeat still fresh in my mind, I chose not to run for any position because I was scared to face more humiliation, and the same thing happened in 7th grade. Then, in 8th grade, something changed in me. I'd finally come to the realization that losing isn't always a bad thing. I've learned this from all my friends and family. They talked me through my feelings and shared their knowledge with me. With my newfound wisdom, I decided to give student council another attempt for my last year at St. Matthews. I ran for class representative to see how far I'd really come, and in the end, I lost the vote again. But this time, I felt more proud of myself. While running for class representative may seem like a small event for others, it felt like a huge accomplishment for me. In the scripture that Christopher read for us, Paul tells us how he looks towards his end goal instead of focusing on all the little mistakes he has made. He states that he forgets what is behind him in order to push towards his goal. He tells the Christians to be so motivated by their goal that they should not let their past mistakes or failures hold them back like I did. He acknowledges that you can't win all of the challenges you take, but you shouldn't let the challenges you lost blind you of your goals. In the end, there are 2 ways you can look at your losses. You can see them as flaws or imperfections, or you can see them as learning opportunities. If you dwell on the past and see them as imperfections, you may end up making the same mistake as I have. However, if you take the time to learn from your past failure and see how you can stop similar situations from happening in the future, you can live a more happy, stress-free life. Throughout my life, I've always tried to be as perfect as I can, striving to never make mistakes to avoid losing to the best of my ability. Unfortunately, this required me to take as few risks as possible. I would like to change this about myself. While helping myself be more daring, I would also like to encourage others to see their mistakes and failures as opportunities to learn and grow. Just remember, like Paul said, to keep your eyes on what lies ahead and keep moving on. Oh, and don't feel afraid to take a few risks along the way. Thank you.